I left Windows to escape control and I came back to Linux for freedom. And I tried to install GNOME, but GNOME came back to me and said, no, you cannot do that. Why? Because I'm not using systemd. I chose to use a Linux distribution that is systemd free. And that was the moment that I knew that I needed to find a new window manager. We tell everyone that Linux is about the choice, but seems that nowadays this starts becoming also like an illusion, especially with GNOME. I have used GNOME and I loved GNOME for many years. I used it by default with Ubuntu, but right now, because I want more freedom and I'm kind of old school, I chose Artix, an Arch-based distribution that has no systemd. And GNOME actually said no, because it seems that they turned GNOME into something else, like maybe like an operating system by itself. I value my freedom, and GNOME is forcing systemd to me. I mean, that was the line in the sun that made me say, okay, that's it, I'm switching. The first option that came to my mind, of course, it was XFCE, because it's the closest alternative to GNOME. But because everyone talks about Hyprland, I said maybe, okay, I will give it a go. I used tiling window managers in the past, but I never really liked them. I could never work comfortably with them, learning all the hotkeys, not be able to freely move a window, stuff like that. I never liked that. But I say, okay, let's try. And I mean, to my surprise, I really loved it. I used it now for a few months. And the main point that makes the difference with all the other tiling window managers, it has also floating windows. They merge very nicely into my workflow. And I do not want to talk about that too much. I want also to show you, then you can understand. But first, let's talk a little bit about the technicalities and also the GNOME thing that I was saying. First of all, let me make it clear. This is my opinion, obviously, and as we say, everyone has a choice. If your choice is to use GNOME and systemd, I am not trying to change your mind. I'm just telling and sharing my own story. So for me, freedom is really essential. I do not want to be locked in with systemd. Let's say tomorrow, maybe I will want to switch to FreeBSD. When GNOME is dependent on systemd, obviously it will make it impossible to switch to any other operating system. That was not the case in the past, but it is now. So this means that they decided they want to follow a different path, a path where they make the decisions for us. And this is really a red flag for me. So end of story. I'm really disappointed and a little sad and a little angry also about that because I loved GNOME. But that's it. This is the reality. So I'm moving away forever. As you also may know, Hyprland has also a hard dependency, and that is Wayland. The counter argument that I also, I was thinking is that, yes, okay, like GNOME has a dependency of systemd, but Hyprland also has a dependency of Wayland. To my mind and to my thinking, the dependency of Hyprland is okay. I can justify it. Wayland is directly connected to Hyprland. Systemd, on the other hand, is something completely different. This is on the operating system level, and I believe that it creates a huge block on how GNOME can be used and where it can be used. But let's share my screen, and I will show you why I fall in love now with Hyprland. Open, let's say, File Manager. I'm using Thunar. This is from XFCE. As you can see, when I opened it, it was actually create a new tile here. What I can do is I can hit the hotkey and immediately it will become a floating window. Now, how can I move this window and how can I interact with this window? For me, this is the magic that happens in Hyprland, because by default, if you hold down the super key, click your left mouse button and you hold on the button, you can actually move around the window. And if you hold down the right mouse key, you can actually resize it. You can work super fast with things. It may seem a little chaotic, but for me, this is how I was working anyways. I mean, I had like a couple of windows that they would be tiled, like a split screen or something, and then the other windows would be on the background. I would bring them in front when I want. And also there is a concept in Hyperland. It's called like the scratch pad. This actually creates like a fake workspace where you can actually move all the windows that you want and hide them. Example, here you have some hotkeys. I didn't close the window. I actually make it disappear by moving it into that workspace. But I want now to bring back that window from before. Here we are. Press my hotkey and I can also hide it again. Can also make it full screen. So now I have the best of both worlds. I can use the tiling features that I really like. This matches my workflow. I can work really fast. By default, Hyperland does not give you like no screensaver, no lock screen, nothing. You have to configure everything by yourself. The community is also really big. And apart from that, we have also Omarchy. I am sure that you are aware about what it is. This is like a full-blown distribution based on Arch and Hyperland. There is also the GitHub here. So if you want to start on your own and you do it same like me, I add bits by bits because it takes time. I haven't done any rising, any crazy configuration. I just have like a lock screen. I have the top bar here with time and date and few applets here and my notifications. That's it. Omarchy here, the GitHub has a lot of configurations and utilities and scripts that you can explore, use on your own as well. So I like this modularity that it provides, Hyperland. You have the freedom to build it as you please. This is exactly what I want for my window manager. So I have to admit that I am really happy at this point. Everything that I need to do. I can use applications even from GNOME. Mostly I use the applications from XFCE, like Thunar for the file manager and so on. Anything that does not depend on systemd, I can use freely. And finally, I have my freedom again. I can do whatever I want with no restrictions. And as a bonus, because this is also within my plans, if I want to explore other options like FreeBSD, both Wayland and Hyperland are actually supported there. So after all these years, I have a bitter taste by moving away from GNOME, but Hyperland looks like a very decent replacement, especially for my new purpose, which is to have a free desktop with as less restrictions as possible, and with my aim also to keep it this way. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it useful, please give it a like, and I will see you on the next one.